Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Unchosen back for day 7 of 7 Days to Die for Beginners. Yes, we are skipping day 6, mostly because it would have just been the same soup reheated, nothing new. Just doing jobs, getting supplies, doing what we can. And as you can see here at the start here, you hear by that Home Depot music, we are doing a lot of just base building, tearing these trees down. Because we are on day 7. The Hoard is coming up very, very soon. So this base needs to be as prepped as it can be. Replanting the trees is always a smart thing to do, so that way keep the supplies going. Also for Hoard night, make sure you're not rather than over-prepared than under-prepared. This base probably needs a fair bit of work, but honestly right now I think having ramp blocks would probably be good enough for the outside of the base. But with that work done for now, we need to get cobblestone.
Look who
Best way we're doing that, jobs. Drop off our junk at Wrecked.
Shit,
do some work, get some money, get that inventory.
Door. Why don't you use
As you can tell, I clearly forgot to grab a job from it the first couple of times around, but all these tier 2 jobs are a bit too far out of the way from my comfort zone to be able to get them done to come back in time for the Horde. So we'll do a few tier 1 jobs here to get some fetch quests done.
Can't say I'm not surprised.
But nice and easy.
Good luck, kid.
And you can hear zombies beating on the wall outside. They're not important. But we got this courier satchel here. Easy clap for the first job. Mostly I'm doing this job to get the, if we can get cobblestone from him,
put away
your
weapon.
If we can get ammo, it's better. But realistically, I want as much cobblestone as we can because we're going to need to be upgrading a ton of blocks. Now here, pipe bomb probably would be the smart solution, but looking long term, that pistol Pete book having 9mm weapons degrades slower is just better to have on hand. Like, if you're going to be playing for a long time,
name's not important.
I know
just
that book
stand
is
there
the main one. I know that has like a specific weapon type degrades slower. But honestly, finishing off those books is just a huge thing to go for. And we're going to scoop these forge ahead, even though probably in this series we won't read them unless you guys want me to go past day 7. But, we'll see how things play out from there. But, we're just here getting jobs, doing what we can. Looking to see if we got anything good in here. I mean, the engine's nice. Those pickaxe and tools are pretty cool, but we don't really need tools that bad. You can go, like, break those tan rocks to get stone. You can get clay soil just by digging the dirt. So you could get your own clay, like get your own cobblestone that way, but I like to get it from jobs because you get it in bulk, and it just makes life that much easier when you get 25 blocks just handed to you for doing a quick job. Now with this POI, something that's interesting that I forgot to note the first time around when I must have passed by here. I should have done it before activating the job, but in this little pit here, if you break that metal plate, you can see there's an ammo box. Definitely good to get. You don't need to break that wood panel, I was being dumb. But there's a free munitions box just there at the Crow residence. You might as well just get it. No reason not to. If you pass by, scoop it. And that's the thing, once you learn the POIs, you'll know which ones are good for easy loot, which ones are good for regular loot. Arlene here took a nice, sledge to the hammer. Sledge to the head.
Didn't we agree?
Make it nice and simple.
What do you want?
But here, as you can see, we got Molotovs and pipe bombs. I lean towards Molotovs instead of pipe bombs, just because Molotovs have a larger, a longer lasting effect compared to Molotov pipe bombs.
So, I sell to anyone, even
burn effect
morons
I
like you. Shit,
but,
man, I treat you
go
that
either way.
good,
Depends on how
and
you
you
want to play
don't
it.
even
I
fucking
lean towards
tip
Molotovs.
me.
Here we go. Got another job. In and out. This place, although I believe this is a cook residence. Yeah, the cook's residence here does have a nice little tree stump out here that you can regen with the job. So definitely worth checking out. As you can see, I was a little hesitant to think if that was in range, but yeah, it was. So if you get a little nice tree stump in range, take it. Get that honey. Take out that dude in the meth suit and run on back to the next job. But before that job, you hear that airplane coming in. We got ourselves a supply drop to go get, which, it doesn't seem like it'll be too crazy far to get, so we might as well just go get it. Get whatever we can. Nice little crafting skill bundle. A wrench is definitely good to get. Grilled corn, it's free food. We can't really complain. And they give you a bottle of water, too, so it's not too bad. But let's get these books read. A little bit more progress. Didn't get any new recipes, unfortunately, but
well, look here,
doing
boys.
what we do. And as you know, we take the
a real
crafting
life
skill
hero.
bundle.
And now,
So here I'm going to take the buried supply jobs for a tier 2.
Take a look at the shit
just
I got,
because
but
it'll
don't
be a
expect me
little
to
bit
cook
better
it for you.
than going for the tier 1 jobs. Springs, I do not sell springs. You can't craft them, and they are a pain to find when you need them the most. So trust me.
Thank you very much, and now
you're going to want to keep them on hand. Yeah, I guess I didn't do a great job at editing out this pause.
Go fuck yourself.
So, yeah, life got in the way. But here, for a higher tier 2 job like this, I would definitely recommend building at least somewhat of a structure. You don't need to go crazy upgrading it to, like, you know, concrete or nothing, but just so this way you've got at least something on hand that you can use to get through. And here I forgot my shovel at home, but was able to craft one up kind of quick. Otherwise, this job would have really sucked. And luckily enough, we found the buried supplies pretty fast. Grabbed the loot, don't even got time to read the schematics, and then struggle to jump up on top of this block. But yeah, as you can see, buried supplies, they are going to spawn in at least a few zombies that do start moving right towards your location. So, it's best to be at least a little prepared. Now here, unfortunately, I think we're a little too tall, so we can't really reach. But we know how to fix that problem. You know, nice little suppressed pipe pistol to the head should do some damage. But yeah, again, it's mostly just making sure you're managing your time, taking advantage of what you've got available to you. Yeah, probably would have been slight. I mean, that's the thing. It's just the one half dozen the other. If you're gonna be better off doing jobs, or better off just mining for resources. So you gotta pick and choose your battles there. Now, sometimes these jobs are nice and quick, like this one was. Other times, not so much. Typically, like I avoid buried supplies just because they're not the best jobs.
If you got, I'd shake your hand.
But then again, we get to here, another crafting skill bundle. You know we're taking it.
Smell.
Because we can get better gear, better stuff.
What the hell do you want
Plus, we
this
have the one we didn't
time?
read from the last job, or, you know, the chest. So, let's do that as I'm trying to see if I got anything to sell.
Cheap ass son of a
Got
bitch.
2 skill points to spend there, which I will spend probably, I think I put one into Miner 69er and the other into Motherload, just to make getting this base done a little bit easier. Now, we did cut a little bit of the base work out, as I did put those little corner bars on there. I do recommend, if you're going to build a base like this, I recommend putting bars as an edge around an upper elevated area, just so that way you can also go outside and look at where the zombies are beating on the walls, because you never know, sometimes they might get stuck on the walls. But, as per usual before the Hoard, I should have taken that suppressor off the pistol, but oh well. Getting all our guns loaded up. I made a pipe shotgun because we have a decent amount of shotgun ammo. The pipe shotgun normally sucks, but in this situation, why not? And I went to go check if there was any mods, like a grip mod or something in the stone axe we could use, but nothing on hand. Pop those vitamins, keep a drink on hand with all those Molotovs, because you're probably going to set yourself on fire for anything like me. And as I'm just looking around waiting for the Hoard to start here, it's nothing too crazy. You know, you can tell Hoard night because everything goes red. But now we got zombies inbound, and this is where I like the Molotov, because you can get the zombies nice and grouped up, torch them out. But as you can see, hatch hallway doing what it should be doing, keeping the zombies back, keep them at bay while we're able to continually smack them to smithereens with the hammer. Take some skulls out. You know how it is. You see all that XP popping in. Could be better if we had a skullcracker candy. This would definitely be huge because that buffs your melee damage. Coffee's nice because it's going to keep our stamina coming back in, but you do got to be wary every once in a while of the zombies. You see them sometimes getting through. If I was to change this base, I probably would get the bars that are lowered, like the centered bars, just so that way the zombies probably aren't as likely to jump over. Or at least putting maybe a pole across the front there. And yep, there's the Molotov setting me on fire. It's usually best to kind of wait until the ground effect is done with the Molotov, because the zombies will burn longer than the ground. So, yeah, there we go again, out of Molotov, but at least I got the yucca. And as you can see, the first hatch is gone, so definitely need to make sure you're keeping an eye on repairs. And I know I could hear the zombies kind of behind me beating on things, so that's why I was a little more needing to throw the hatch up in the back just in case. Because as you can tell, I really went heavy and lined this base with as many things as I possibly could. Get all these hatches on the ground, because hatches are honestly way better than anybody could give them credit for. So it's definitely worth putting at least a few hatches in. You don't have to. You could always use bars instead, but I like doing hatches because that way you can still walk through that opening. You know, if you need to move through, it'd be good to go. But yeah, all in all, Hoard Night was nothing too crazy. As you can see, it's kind of winding down a little bit. It kind of throws me off. Some days the Hoards go ridiculously long, other days they are just stupid short. But you can see the respawn, like, you know, the waves coming in are slowing down. Definitely make sure when you're going for Hoard Night, pack tools or whatever you need to repair your weapons. Because right now, I can see that pipe machine gun is almost out of health, and as you can tell there, it's, you know, now it's broken. I didn't bring any pipes. I think I left those pipes back at base, but this is the last zombie to kill, So, day 7 success. So yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, Hoard Night was fairly simple, got a bunch of loot to go through, but that is where we wrap things off here. 'Cause honestly, the series was fun to put together, of like a nice little tutorial to help you guys get through the first 7 days. If you have any advice for how to improve it, always down for it. Obviously, as you can tell in the top right, we're on version 1.3, so there's probably going to be changes with days to come, with updates, all that fun stuff. But yeah, honestly, pretty fun. If you guys do want to see me going into like the next round of the Horde, going into days 8 through 14, we can always do that. I would change this base a little bit, probably add another wall on the outside to make it extra thick so the zombies can't as easily do it. Maybe also go another block up. But honestly, I'd say this base did pretty good. It did what it needed to do. It held off the first Horde, kept us alive. Some better work on hatch repair would have been nice, but all in all, not too bad. As you can see, a lot of books, a lot of stuff we can sell. But yeah, honestly, we did fairly good for this Horde. I'm surprised we didn't get infected, knowing my luck, but I also figured I'd be burning to death. Definitely could have played a little bit differently, but all in all, we survived, no issues. Like, realistically, the zombies had a couple of close calls, but nothing really too crazy. Probably could have packed more food and drink, probably could have made more food and drink, but, not terrible. Usually Horde Night you'll get kind of restocked with some of the ammo you use, but I almost say if you go to Horde, kind of pick 1, maybe 2 weapons to use for the Horde. Me using everything definitely spreads my resources a bit thin for the next coming week, but we'll see what happens. You know how it be. We can do jobs. We got, 7 days to get for the next Horde. So, with that squad, we'll wrap things up here while I repair the base. So, if you did enjoy this series, do the YouTube stuff down below. It really does help out, You may not think it, but it does. Because definitely it lets me know if you guys want to see more of this in the future, if you want to see different types of videos, different types of bases. I'm tempted to revisit an idea that I've had before, that I did a while ago, of trying to survive a week using only one specific skill tree. So if you guys do want to see me bring that series back, I can definitely do it, because I've got a few custom base ideas that are different from this. Totally unique ideas we can try to put together. But let me know down below. And while you're down there, if you do want to check out the link to the Twitch channel, because we are streaming over on Twitch fairly often, like 4 to 5 days a week, depending. Probably by the time you're seeing this, we'll be playing The Forest, Stardew Valley, and then every other week I'm going to be doing a Pokemon Versus with my buddy Kelly there. So that'll be interesting enough to keep some variety going. And if while you're down there, go ahead and check out the Discord server, join that, stay up to date with everything that goes live. With that, I'm going to get up out of here. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you in the next series. See ya.